Chapter 4, Autosuggestion, the medium of influencing the subconscious mind. Autosuggestion is a term that applies to all suggestions and all self-administered stimuli that reach one's mind through the five senses. Stated in another way, autosuggestion is self-suggestion. Through the dominating thoughts one permits to remain in the conscious mind, whether these thoughts be positive or negative, the principle of autosuggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influences it with these thoughts. No thought, whether negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind without the aid of the principle of autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed the subconscious mind thoughts of creative nature, or by neglect permit thoughts of destructive nature to find their way into this rich garden of the mind. Okay. Autosuggestion are essentially the thoughts that are constantly on repeat within our minds. It is the way that we go about thinking. If you train this portion of your mind, you will think in any way that you choose to, whether it be positive, negative, whatever. Any way that you choose. There's no good or bad here. This is whatever you choose. I hope I'm in the center. Whatever you choose. If you do not engage with this part of your mind, then what fills up that space is everything else around you. The impressions that you have received from your environment, growing up, your parents, your friends, your culture, your schools, your influences around you. Everything will try to take up that space, because everything will try and take up that space. That space cannot be void. You wouldn't be a person. There must always be movement there, and you have the ability to control that movement. It is the way the mind speaks. It is what you hear. People may gain control of themselves and their environment because they have the power to influence their own subconscious minds, and through it gain the cooperation of infinite intelligence. This is how you become a sovereign being. You have to first gain control of your mind. You have to gain control of, first you must be honest and tell yourself, hey, I have been thinking these thoughts, I want to think these thoughts. And you must begin to, first your scale is like this. Whatever you want to think is over here, but you are right here, bro. You gotta continue, bro. You gotta push. It's not gonna happen overnight, bro, at all. This shit takes years, bro. Years. If you're not willing to dedicate years, click off this video, go do something else, bro. You must continually push forward, and then, bro, once that shit starts to barely start to fucking click to be in the sense, then you get to this point, then, bro, you'll see progress. But this whole half looks like no progress at all. It looks like hell. It looks like a breakdown. It looks like you being weird. It looks like you changing. It looks like you stopping all of the bad habits that you have, all the negative thoughts that you have in your mind. You need to pause that shit. You have to fucking stop the snowball, bro, and fucking push that shit back the other way. It's difficult. It's strenuous. It's hard. Mental work is far harder than physical work ever will be. To do this type of stuff, bro, takes real commitment. If you want to change your mind, if you really want to become a better person, you want to become a better dude, it takes real effort. And that's what this book is going to try and tell you. You're going to repeat it a bazillion times. Mix effort, desire, faith, thought, all these things is true, but it's hard to do. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Chapter 5, Specialized Knowledge, Personal Experiences or Observations. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power only when and if it is organized into definite plans of action and directed into a definite end. This one's important. An educated person is not necessarily one who has an abundance of general or specialized knowledge. Educated people have developed the faculties of their minds so that they may acquire anything they want or its equivalent without violating the rights of others. Just because you go to school or a university and you know a lot and you gain a lot of specialized knowledge, it doesn't necessarily mean you're educated. If you cannot control the mind, you're not an educated person. If you don't understand how the mind works, how the mechanisms of the mind play out in your everyday life as you're interacting with everybody, you're not an educated person, even if you know a lot of shit. If you don't know about this, your mind, your body, your awareness, your consciousness, the way that you are interacting with your world, you're not an educated person. Schools and universities don't teach us this shit. Any person is educated who knows where to get the knowledge when needed and how to organize that knowledge into definite plans of action. AI is a tremendous game changer. Y'all might want to start using AI and having it teach you stuff. You can have it help you with this book right here. I've used AI to do my whole YouTube channel. Everything that I've done on YouTube, I've done it with the help of AI. It's literally like having a teacher. The accumulation of great fortune calls for power. Power is acquired through highly organized and intelligently directed specialized knowledge. But that knowledge does not necessarily have to be in the possession of the person who accumulates the fortune. This means I can go hire somebody. I know where to get the knowledge. This means I might not know how to make this product, but I know I can go and get a software developer who turns my idea into what I need it to be. This is kind of like, what's the guy, the Apple guy, Steve Jobs? He just thought of things and told people do it. That's really what happened. Like, he said, all right, bro, I got these wonderful, great, fantastic ideas. I just need y'all to make them come to life. You don't necessarily need to be the one that knows how to do everything. You can hire somebody. You can work with somebody. You can add people to your team. You don't necessarily have to be the one who knows everything. It talks about organizing a mastermind, which is essentially like a group of people who help you work on stuff. Basically saying like, can't really do everything by yourself. And that's true. Like, you need people, you need help, you need, it's a lot more effective to use people than try and do everything on your own. It's just the truth. And it can't be done. No one person can do it all by themselves. These are the sources of knowledge. One's own experiences in education, experience and education available through cooperation of others. So the people around you or the people that you're working with, their experiences, and it's basically like, you know, my experiences and plus they experiences, the more people, the better. Colleagues in universities, so your friends, your teachers, your whatever, people teaching you, public libraries, books, and special training courses, a training course. Knowledge has no value except that which can be gained from its application towards some worthy end. So basically, like, it's useless to just get knowledge for the sake of getting knowledge. Like, knowledge you're not using is useless, essentially. Knowledge only is worth anything is if you're applying it or if you're using it. Like, that's the only time is worth anything. Successful people in all callings never stop acquiring specialized knowledge related to their major purpose, business, or profession. People never stop learning. The smartest people never stop learning. I made this a goal of mine. I suggest you do it. One of the things I did was in like 2020, when around New Year's, for my New Year's resolution, I said, I'm gonna learn one new thing every single day. So I got a couple pieces of paper and I wrote out one all the way to 365. And every single day I learned something new. And what that did was it trained me to literally, after like a few months, you'll just start learning shit, like, because you're paying attention and trying to learn. That's a learning consciousness. You know, they just talked about success consciousness, failure consciousness. That's learning consciousness. That's no matter what situation I'm in, I'm gonna learn something from it. You can develop that too. I did. I literally have that. I literally did that. So it's doable. The way of success is the way of continuous pursuit of knowledge. I just said that shit in my intro. Success and failure are largely the result of habit. Fact. So that chapter should be self-explanatory. Imagination, the workshop of the mind. This is where we get into like the good stuff. All right. The imagination is literally the workshop wherein are fashioned all plans created by people. The imagination, this wonderful woo-wah space that we think happens like right here, feels like it's happening like right here. When you have a thought, if you imagine something, kind of feels right here. Or maybe you can, develop your imagination to the point where you can imagine around you, or can you imagine the space downstairs, upstairs, around you? Can you see a neighbor's space? Like how far does your imagination go? Can you see the world? What do you see when you see the world? Did you just imagine a big blue ball, a globe, the space picture? What did you see? That place, that realm where all of our thoughts take place. That's what we're going to be talking about in this chapter. Two forms of imagination: synthetic imagination, creative imagination. Synthetic imagination. Through this faculty, one may arrange old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. Synthetic imagination means, let me take these existing things that exist, combine them around, shuffle them around, put them together, break them apart. Synthetic imagination. Put the two words together, makes perfect sense. Creative imagination. It is the faculty through which hunches or inspirations are received. This is the faculty that all basic or new ideas are developed. So this is when something new is brought into the mind of a person that's never existed before. This is new inventions, new ideas, new hunches, new inspirations, like they said. This is spontaneous. This is where new things get created. This is where nothing exists, nothing that was previously in existence is here. It's completely new. This is where the geniuses operate, as they say in the book. Ideas are products of the imagination. Desire is a thought impulse. Thought impulses are forms of energy. This is quite literally true. When you have a thought, it is literally electricity going off in your head. And when you turn it into desire, it is electricity that goes down your nervous system and shocks your body. I want to pick up that green one right there. I'm shocking my body. It's happening so fucking fast that we can't even comprehend how fast shit's happening. My tongue, the way that my tongue is moving, it's seamless with my thoughts. It's happening so fast. It's insane. Your thoughts, your emotions are literally energy. They are burning fuel. As far as science has been able to determine, the entire universe consists of but two elements, matter and energy. I think that matter and energy are the same exact thing, but we'll talk about that on another one. It's going to give you more examples of imagination and how just positive imagination stories. That's pretty much the rest of it. But I'll speak on imagination from my own experience, just because I feel like it's really just nothing but a bunch of examples. The imaginative faculty, it is the realm where we have complete control over. I'm saying we can gain complete control over it. We do not have it initially. The imaginative faculty, if you studied anyone like Carl Jung, or maybe any of the philosophers that study the mind, or any psychologists that have anything to do with the mind, you'll know how infinite the imagination really is. The realm of dreams, the fact that we can see color and hear in our dreams. Sometimes our dreams feel real. These imaginative places that we go to, these things have been unsolved. We don't really know what dreams are. We don't understand these things. There are books that you can read that go in to help you develop your imagination, but we'll get more into those. This is really a beginner book, but I'm a baby step y'all into some more sophisticated books. Like this one, I started this one a long time ago. I read this book quite a few times, front to back. So we'll get into books that dive into that type of stuff later. But for now, I'm gonna just give you like a little preview of what I think about imagination. Yeah, the imagination is It's insane because it's all that we are. If you think about it, everything that you see, hear, you imagine it all. It is your perspective. It's the only thing that you have, for real, for real. Even when you look at someone, you can imagine them to be a certain way, and they open their mouth and they're a completely different way. And we do it all day, every day with everything you imagine. So I'm gonna do a book called The Power of Now that speaks about kind of like the mind and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get more into imagination and stuff on that book, but we'll definitely touch on imagination more. Chapter 7, Organized Planning, the crystallization of desire into action. Okay, so organized planning is essentially like working with people, building a team. If you're going to talk about that, I mean, you can kind of just read it for yourself, honestly. When defeat comes, accept it as a signal that your plans are not sound. Rebuild those plans and set sail once more towards your coveted goal. If you give up before your goal has been reached, you are a quitter. Organizing, it is true that you will fail, you will reach blockages, you will reach roadblocks, and it is crucial during those times that you restructure, you reorganize, you replan. This is why I have a whiteboard. Get you a whiteboard, bro. I be writing on this thing. Bruh, I love this damn whiteboard. That's all I'm gonna say. I use this whiteboard every single day. I plan content, I re-raise. The back of this is a whiteboard too. It's completely filled. I'm not gonna show it, but it gives a section that says the major attributes of leadership. That's, I guess, worth reading. I'll just go over them real quick. 1, unwavering courage. 2, self-control. 3, a keen sense of justice. 4, definiteness of decision. 5, definiteness of plans. 6, the habit of doing more than paid for. Let me just go into those briefly, or let me finish it. 7, a pleasing personality. 8, sympathy and understanding. 9, mastery of detail. 10, willingness to assume full responsibility. 11, cooperation. Let's go over that. 1, unwavering courage. This means that even when everything's going to shit, you got to be the one that's chugging along. Unwavering courage, that means you got to push forward, even when everything else is against you, when people quit on you, when people do bad towards you, whenever people speak bad on you. Unwavering courage, meaning I might be scared, bro. I've been scared, but I'm gonna do it anyway. That builds resilience. 2, self-control. Self-control is important. You don't need to be performing any self-destructive habits. You don't need to be lashing out. You don't need to be going crazy. You don't need to be spending. You don't need to be self-control can apply in the other direction. You don't need to be overly happy. You don't need to be overly prideful. You know what I'm saying? So that's an important one too, self-control. A keen sense of justice, being fair. Fairness is very, very, very respectable in the world in all fields. Being fair, very important. Definiteness of decision. That means not changing the mind a bazillion different times. It means this is the plan, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're sticking to. Definiteness of plans means this is the goal, this is what we're going after. It doesn't mean that we're just chugging along straight through. We might need to organize, but we're ultimately still trying to get to that same goal. Can't be indecisive. You can't be wishy-washy. Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna. No, you must be, hey, this is what we're doing. I made the decision and we're going through with it. Like, we going on with it. Definiteness of plans, ability to make a plan, stick to the shit. The habit of doing more than paid. If you're the leader, bro, you gotta do more than what you're getting paid for. Right now, I'm not getting paid shit from YouTube. I'm putting in more than what I'm paid for. I'm getting paid negative. I put in money into this shit. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm negative. I'm not getting paid for none of this. And I'm still out here doing it. You gotta do more than what you're getting paid for. A pleasing personality. Can't do that. That's why I'm not speaking all friendly and fluffy. I'm not trying to please nobody. I'm trying to help a very select few people who want to actually fucking do the work. This can help you, bro. I'm amazed that I can actually be of service to you. Personality is extremely important. How you behave, how you treat others. Like, are you a good person? People like to see that, and people can tell that we can pick up on it from one another. We have empathy. Sympathy and understanding. Can't be cold-hearted, can't be cold-blooded. Much as we like to idealize the ruthless person, it's just not realistic. We all have loved ones. We all care for one another, care about something, most of us. Mastery of detail. I personally think this is a great quality to have as a leader. Being very organized, being very punctual, being very detailed. Great quality. Cooperation, self-explanatory, being able to cooperate with everybody. The 10 major causes of failure in leadership. Inability to organize details, crucial. Unwillingness to render humble service. Expectations of pay for what they know instead of what they do with what they know. So basically having like a big ego, like I'm worth this, I'm worth that. Like, did you prove it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you might know this and that, but can you be it? Can you prove it? Can you show it? You feel me? Fear of competition from followers. Competition is what builds us up. Fear of competition puts you out the game. You see it all the time. It's probably most prominent in boxing, I would say. You can feel energetic shifts in a person who's afraid versus a person who's in the zone and confident. You can see it on TV. You can feel it physically. I can't really explain it, but it exists 100%. Lack of imagination, self-explanatory. Selfishness, self-explanatory. Intemperament, self-explanatory. Disloyal, self-explanatory. Emphasis on the authority of leadership. Flexing your leadership. I'm the man. I'm the big dog. That's the quickest way for somebody to lose respect for you. Trust me, bro. Never be the one that's flexing, bro. Nobody respects the flexers. Emphasis of title. That's pretty much the same thing as emphasis of authority or leadership. Building the ego behind like a title, like say like you had to work or a job and like somebody really like hangs on to their supervisor or their manager position, and they're like, like outside of that work, like, bitch, fuck you, or man, fuck this dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you doing the most. He gives a few examples of how to apply to a job, how to get the right position, how to market. And then it goes over 30 major causes of failure. You can read that on your own time. We're probably doing too much time on this video already. There's a section called Take an Inventory of Yourself. It asks you questions. Just try to be honest with it. Answer them, honestly. It talks about capitalism a little bit and how we live in a world that is capitalist, bro. We live in a capitalist world, and just a viewpoint on it. I'd say read that. Yeah, there's a lot of examples in this that pair with the overall theme of organized planning, but y'all can read that for yourself if you want. Decision, the mastery of procrastination. Procrastination, the opposite of decision, is a common enemy that practically everybody must conquer. You're probably well aware with this. Procrastination, you know exactly what that means. That means I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. The only cure for it is to do what the fuck you're supposed to do. That's the only cure. Like, that's the only way you can get out of it. You either are doing it, which is, good for you, or you're not, which is procrastination. There's only two. Don't trick yourself into thinking there's a billion options. You either do it or don't do the shit. Analysis of several hundred people who accumulated fortunes well beyond the $1 million mark disclosed the fact that every one of them had the habit of reaching decisions promptly and changing these decisions slowly if and when they were ever changed. That means they make up their mind and they fucking do it. They're not, they're not doing none of that shit. They're just doing what they need to be doing, bro. This is a habit that all of us should aspire to have. People who fail to accumulate money, without exception, have the habit of reaching decisions, if at all, very slowly and changing these decisions quickly and often. Being indecisive. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'm going to do this. I want to be this. I want to be that. Like, you switching all. You just burning your fucking energy, bro. Stick to something and go after this shit, bro. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everybody's going to say something about you, bro. Every single person, bro. Everybody's got an opinion. Some people like me, some people don't. Some people love me, some people don't. Some people think I'm lame, some people think I'm cool. It's gonna happen across the board with every single person you know, from me to goddamn president of the United States. Some people love him, some people don't. It's just the way that life is, bro. Some people is gonna be on this side, some people's gonna be on that side. It exists everywhere. Don't be bothered by people, family, friends, whoever the fuck. You have to get over it, bro. Close friends and relatives, while not meaning to do so, often handicap one through opinions and sometimes through ridicule, which is meant to be humorous. We do this to each other all the time. Your friends crack on you, your family, your people may talk down on you. It just happens by default. It just happens to be by default the people that are around you. It just happens, bro. If it hasn't happened to you, you're a lucky man. You have a brain and mind of your own. Use it to reach your own decisions. If you need facts or information from other people to enable you to reach decisions, as you probably will in many instances, acquire these facts or secure your information you need quietly without disclosing your purpose. Tell the world what you intend to do, but show it first. Actions speak louder than words. The book gives several examples of hard decisions that needed to be made, worth checking out. Freedom or death on a decision. The value of decisions depends upon the courage required to make them. The great decisions which served as the foundation of civilization were reached by assuming great risks, which often meant the possibility of death. Sometimes decisions are risky. You must decide for yourself. Do you want to play it safe? Do you want to go after what it is that you want? This is a decision that you have to make. Do you want to take the risk? You must calculate and assess, is this really what I want? Am I really about that? Am I really about that? Do I really want that? Do I really want that in my life? Do I want to put in that effort? Be truthful to yourself, bro. Do you really want that? And it's okay to play it safe. It's okay to not go after it. Like, you don't need it. I'm an individual that I'm gonna take that risk. I'm doing it right now. I'm getting on the internet. I'm spending all my time editing. I'm not having fun. I'm not going out, bro. I'm not partying and nothing like that shit. I'm actually in here reading books, studying, learning how to use all these new technologies that's coming out, paying attention to politics and paying attention to the politics that's shaping the structure of the world right now. Like, to be informed and to be informed and to chase something, like, you have to really, really, really want it. But it's okay if you can't. Not everybody's gonna be able to make these decisions. It's okay. Like, don't force yourself just because you see us doing it. Indecision is a habit that usually begins in youth. The habit takes on permanency as the youth goes through school and even through university or college without definiteness of purpose. The major weakness of all educational systems is that they neither teach nor encourage the habit of definite decision. It would be beneficial if no university or college would permit the enrollment of any student unless and until the student declared their major purposes in graduating. It would be of still greater benefit if every student starting school were compelled to accept training in the habit of decision and forced to pass a satisfactory exam on the subject before being permitted to advance. I 100% agree with that. I believe that the schools, they don't teach us shit. They don't teach us about the mind. They don't teach us to think. They don't teach us about your imagination. They don't teach you practical knowledge for living on earth. That is why you must seek out knowledge like this. You must read books. You must learn. You must watch videos. You must use your resources. YouTube is one of the biggest resources on earth. I've learned so much stuff from YouTube, bro. Get you a fire playlist and just learn every goddamn thing. Pick up books, read, bro. Read informative books. Don't read no fairy tale bullshit. I mean, have your entertainment here every here and once in a while. I read comic books and stuff sometimes, but for the most part, the books that I read are informative. They are about the mind. They are about psychology. They are about the economy. They are about knowledge that is I don't want to say tangible, but useful. You feel me? Invest in that type of knowledge. Your awareness is the greatest thing that you can invest in. Make yourself smarter. Make yourself. Your mind has infinite capacity as far as we know. You can store as much. I know so much shit, and you can just keep on learning. You can keep on learning. Don't tell no. Don't listen to them and think at a certain age or a certain look or anything that you can't learn new things. You definitely can. We're left off on chapter 9. Eat some cereal.